School Spirit is a 1985 teen sex comedy from director Allen Holleb. The movie opens in Miscellaneous College, USA. At the college, they're preparing for something called Hog Day. It's one day of the year where the students all get drunk and do stupid things. So essentially, it's just like any other day, except they wear costumes and make piggy noises. The president of the college is announcing a new building project at the school.
That's President Grimshaw.
President Grimshaw? So this is what he's been up to ever since Counter-Strike. Wow, that was a deep internet cut even for me. Seems the only living heir to some fortune is flying in tomorrow to donate money to the project. That night, two people are doing shadow puppets.
That's me, Billy Batson.
Billy Batson? Shazam! Somehow I don't think DC approved of this. Anyway, Billy is a 31-year-old college student who's trying to score with Judy Hightower. So instead of taking her back to his dorm, he decided the best place to do this was the president's office.
Do you have a thing?
Yes, I have a thing.
No, not that thing. The other thing.
Ah, condoms. Very popular plot device at the time. He doesn't have one, so she immediately says no to raw dogging it.
Grimshaw's got to have one.
Yes, this 60-year-old guy surely is keeping his desk stocked with condoms. In a boner-infused haze, Billy tells her to just give him 10 minutes and he'll be back with a condom. Since this is 1985, he goes to the only place that has condoms, the Cowboy Bar. He gets a Lucky Pierre condom and rushes back to Judy. He can't stop looking at the condom and drives into an oncoming truck. Just then, police squad! He's in the ER, and even though he has no visible injuries, he's dead. Looks like they just discovered double exposure. Since Billy's dead, he's getting greeted by his Uncle Pinky.
You gave me my first beer. I must have been 4 years old at a picnic.
That was 27 years ago. Billy now comes to the realization that he's dead. They go out into the hall, and apparently being dead makes you walk funny. Pinky's there to take Billy to the afterlife. Before that happens, Pinky gets distracted.
Hello, nurse.
He does a Three Stooges move, which makes him corporeal again. He then proceeds to hit on the nurse. Billy realizes he can do the same thing. So while Pinky is distracted, he decides to sneak out and score with Judy before he goes to heaven. He doesn't seem to be too upset with the fact that he's dead. He's more upset about not being able to score. He sneaks back into the ER to get his condom. Wait, this implies that ghosts can jizz. Insert your own ectoplasm joke here. I don't know who this guy is in the gurney, but it's not him. Billy then goes invisible and steals a car. I guess you could say he repossessed it? Pinky gets stopped by his boss. Hold on, there are jobs in the afterlife? This stinks. Pinky's in trouble because he lost Billy. It's the next day, and Billy sneaks into Judy's dorm room. She's sober now and tells him to get lost.
What's the rush? You got 10 minutes.
That's 5 minutes more than I'll need. She then throws him out, and he sneaks into some other girl's room so he doesn't get caught. He's a ghost, but he still has to use doors. He then uses his newfound ghost powers to creep on the girls and watch them take showers. Steam seems to reveal his ghostly shadow. And no one notices, though. I don't remember this happening in Ghost. Billy takes Judy to school. Well, he is driving it like it's stolen. He tries to talk Judy out of going to school today. He gets interrupted by Greg, who takes Judy to class. He then heads back to his apartment. He tells his roommate to help him clean before Judy arrives. Just then, his incredibly cute neighbor Rita arrives. She seems to have forgotten her bra. Back in school, Greg is bad-mouthing Billy, so he uses his ghost powers to make a fool out of him. Peanutty candy bar? That's one I've genuinely never heard of. After Greg has been properly embarrassed, Billy picks up Judy. He manages to mess up her shirt, so she has to go back to his place. He goes to see Rita and borrows one of her tops. He then goes outside, and as luck would have it, there's a band just sitting around. He pays them to play some romantic music. Billy then makes his move. Lasky goes to see Rita.
I can hear everything you clowns do up there.
You can? Everything?
Everything.
You guys sure like making macaroni salad. Billy then gets ghost blocked. Rita gives Judy a blouse, and why are the guys helping her get dressed? Pretty sure she can do that on her own. As what would often happen in the 80s, a spontaneous party breaks out. Billy needs to distract Pinky, so he introduces him to Sandy. What does she say?
Geezer, let's dance.
Billy takes Judy over to Mr. Grimshaw's house. They meet Grimshaw's troublemaking daughter, Ursula. She's the raspy, saucy one who just wants to party.
Want to get high?
See? Grimshaw is shocked to meet Billy. Wait, this guy is a major troublemaker at school, and the president doesn't even know what he looks like. Grimshaw then takes Judy to meet the French investor. They think it's this old lady, but it's really this much younger lady, Madeline. Pinky goes into the sorority house to look for Billy. Really, he's just there to undress the co-eds. It's like that scene from Hollow Man, as if it was played for laughs. He stops at the boss, who sends him on his way before going in and doing the exact same thing. Why is everyone in the afterlife horny? Grimshaw shows Madeline around campus. Billy meets Madeline. Grimshaw has to take care of something, so Ursula is now in charge of showing Madeline around. So the first thing she does is get a lift from Jim Wynorski. Apparently, bras weren't invented until 1986. Billy then picks up the girls. They get pulled over by a cop because, remember, this is a stolen car. So Billy gets arrested. Wait, how? He's a ghost. Can't he just use his ghost powers to escape? Ursula distracts the cops so Madeline can free Billy. Okay, this whole movie so far, Billy has been trying to sleep with Judy, but now he's pivoted all of his attention towards Madeline. He tries to explain to her that he has to have sex with her tonight because he's going away forever tomorrow. Grimshaw leaves Ursula home, but she sneaks out, of course. She then hitches a ride and luckily ends up getting a ride from the band for the party instead of abducted. It's the Hog Day party, and everyone's on the oil slide because why not? Michael Stipe. So Billy's the MC for Hog Day. Isn't he dead? That certainly hasn't impacted his partying. Over at the stuffy, boring party, Madeline's hearing the fun over at the Hog Day party. Greg asks the party to quiet down, and they just so happen to have spaghetti to throw at him. Then they throw him down the slide, and he immediately decides, this is so much more fun than the other party. Billy tries to tell his friends that he's dead. Then suddenly, Rita is taken. Oh no, she's lost in the conga line. Avenge me! Pinky finds Billy again. Billy is wearing two different shoes. He goes to the boring party to get Madeline. He explains to her that she needs to give the endowment money to the hogs. That's not how you play bass. Madeline is having way more fun at the hog party. Greg is too. It's about time there were some naked people on the slime slide. Grimshaw sees Ursula, and they go down the slide. He's so mad he cuts the power. Good thing baby oil's not flammable. He then takes Madeline to the endowment ceremony. Madeline then announces that she's giving her endowment money to the hogs. They're going to build up a student activity center and make Hog Day a holiday. She then tells everyone to go to Grimshaw's house for a party. Uh-oh, it's wacky time! Judy decided to get her hair done again. Billy tries to explain to Madeline that he's a ghost. I thought Bo Derek already cleared this up. Ghosts can't do it. Rita and Lavatory need a condom, so they take Billy's. And they kick him out of the room. Billy decides, what the hell, let's do it on the roof. Grimshaw tries to make a pass at Judy, but she's rescued by Greg. So Billy and Madeline are sexing it up on the roof, and, well, I guess this answers my earlier question. Pinky has to get Billy back to the hospital before midnight, so they load up in a van to rush over. Meanwhile, Billy's like, who the hell are these two?
Where's Batson going now? Jail again?
Billy, Steven Seagal runs down the hall and purposefully doesn't go in. He then wakes up in the hospital bed. If this was all a dream, I'm going to be so annoyed. Okay, now he was in a coma. This was a very eventful day. He then swallows Madeline's face. So, no explanations, just, yay, I'm alive. I don't know what I was expecting from the pervert ghost movie. School Spirit was shot in and around Brentwood, California in 1984. Thanks to the popularity of Porky's, tons of teen sex comedy and sexploitation movies were made. This was one of them. Although, like I said in the beginning, the lead, Billy Batson, played by Tom Nolan, was 31 at the time. That was indeed MASH's Major Burns, Larry Linville as Grimshaw. The girl on the cover was Leslie Bremer, who played Sandy. You may remember her from My Chauffeur. The band The Gleaming Spires was pretty good too. It was nice to hear a band in the movie that wasn't just doing awful covers. That was indeed low-budget director Jim Wynorski in the car. He's frequently worked with Roger Corman. Speaking of Roger Corman, he produced this under New World Pictures. Corman had sold New World Pictures and was in a legal dispute with the new owners, who owed him money for Space Raiders, Screwballs, and Slumber Party Massacre. He took the movies he rightfully owned, School Spirit, Wheels of Fire, and Barbarian Queen, and released them under his new studio, Concord Pictures. It had a theatrical run, and after that it ran for years on late-night cable. School Spirit is a wacky teen sex comedy from a very different time. It's incredibly gratuitous at points, but only in the beginning and the end. In the middle, it turned into a regular teen sex comedy. There was a severe lack of ghost hijinks. It's like for about a half an hour, they completely forgot the foundation of what the movie was. They missed out on a lot of funny gags, most likely due to the budget. Also, it's very strange if you dwell on it for too long. Everyone's a pervert, especially the dead. Yet they still are okay to get into heaven, which is apparently a bore fest, since the characters only seem to be able to have fun when they're alive. There's no consistency either. People can walk through the ghosts, but then they have to use doors. School Spirit. This is a movie about a guy who dies but comes back to life for one day so he can have sex with someone. Anyone. And he just so happens to meet his dream girl, defeats the bad guy, and gets a $12 million endowment to save his house of degenerates from being shut down. It's fun, but kind of forgettable. Although one critic wrote, by my count, there are 37 naked female breasts in the movie, and then proceeded to bash the film. Imagine writing that and thinking it was going to do anything to dissuade the target audience.
I never saw anyone brain dead with a heart on.